into their reaction to Kai Cenat getting hate over Charlie Kirk reaction. Bruh, I feel like I saw a clip of Kai responding like, oh damn, that's crazy. Bro, he getting hate canceled for that. Man, what did y'all want the man to get on his knees and nah? Let's get into it, man. Put it to the show streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5, 6 p.m. Let's go.
What's poppin', y'all? They're really trying to cook Kai Cenat. They're trying to deep fry that man. And it all started with something that had absolutely nothing to do with him or his sphere or his profession. And that was the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So Charlie Kirk was a very, very, very popular conservative, right-wing, I wouldn't necessarily say influencer, but he was very popular on social media. I frankly didn't know too much about him other than his face being on memes and him being called out by many people for his opinions on a certain quote-unquote conflict that's going on in a certain region of the world and his takes on that. But he was instrumental in like right-wing things and getting Trump elected. And he had a lot of these debates on the campus, similar to, I forgot the other guy's name. He was more of a comedian, like a conservative comedian that would show up with that mug, and he turned into a meme. He's like, I think it was Prove Me Wrong. Yeah, that guy. And then Charlie Kirk like came after that. He had a big organization, all of that. He was at a school in Utah, at a university, taking questions like usual, and then a really, really gruesome video where he gets shot right in the neck from very, very far away and just collapses. And he eventually ended up passing away. So a lot of people politics is very divisive. I don't know if there are things more divisive than it. So people start celebrating, people start
only other thing might be religion.
Feeling heartbroken about it. And when someone is that popular, for some reason, people decide to go to other people's streams, comment sections, and talk about this individual, even though they may have no connection whatsoever. Like you could have PewDiePie playing PUBG, and then someone says like, yo, this guy just passed away. And PewDiePie's Swedish, and he's like, what? But people do this. I don't know. They did that with Kai Cenat, and Kai Cenat gave this reaction on stream. I'll play you guys that clip right now. So with this clip,
that's the guy with like the crazy ass takes, right? Or some shit, he be saying some crazy. He be saying some crazy shit, right? Holy shit! What the fuck? Don't watch, okay, bet. He got assassinated. Shit. All right, chat.
I have to break down what's going on here.
Facts. What else do y'all want the man to say? What do you want the man to say? You know how many people dying every day that don't even get that? You know how many people that's donated 15 to 20,000 to upwards of that, donated that on Kai Cenat's stream that passed away, that he didn't even know passed away. That's just gone. What did you want the man to say? That's how I knew, buddy. Regardless of the situation, like, what do you want the man to say? Damn, man, no. You know? If that's what it is, that's what it is.
And you can see it happen in real time. If you slow it down and pay attention, you have to think of yourself as Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat's doing a mafia-thon right now. This guy's, he's laboring. 24/7 he's working 24/7, and a lot of preparation went into this. Kai Cenat's got a lot of people that show up to his streams, a lot of celebrities, a lot of famous musicians, a lot of famous cartoonists, even the Total Drama Island guy was recently there, which I hope to do a video on that very soon. And he's also got major sponsors. We're talking this guy at McDonald's, he's got a Nike deal currently. We haven't seen what's come of that yet, but product will most likely be coming soon. Major sponsorships, maybe even movie roles that are upcoming. So in his mind, he's like, oh, shoot. He's thinking, initially he thinks like, yo, that guy, he's the guy that says like crazy stuff, right? And it's crazy depending on who you ask, but he did get popular for his takes. So anybody that gets popular for their takes, you could say they're crazy takes. Otherwise, they would just be lukewarm and they wouldn't get popular. Right. But he wants, I feel like in his gut, his natural reaction was to say something, I don't know, like an RIP or something. But
Damn,
he
that's
thinks,
crazy.
wait, hold on. If I say that, how are people going to react? How will my sponsors react? Will people think I'm co-signing something that the guy said? I don't know what else the guy has said.
Smart move, brother. Smart move.
I know that he has this label on him. How will that label affect me? So he's running like 50,000 calculations in his head of what he should say. And he hits him with what, you know, every gaslighter hits their girl with when they're pretending to care about something that she's got going on. He's like, damn, that's crazy. Or not even just their girl, but their supposed homie. They're like, damn, that's crazy. That's what he hit him with. And he hoped to just move past it. But unfortunately for Kai Cenat, other people are not going to do that. His response was not good enough.
At this point, bro, Kai can't
For
do
many
nothing
other-
right. He can't do anything right. Like, if it's not content and bringing somebody on, having fun, he can't do nothing right, bro. That's just where he's at in his career, where like they won't allow it.
Other people, because a lot of people say, yo, because there are a bunch of people celebrating, but people say, yo, celebrating is crazy. Well, Kai Cenat didn't celebrate, but he didn't react in the way that they wanted. And one of the people
I still stand on that. Celebrating is crazy.
to call this out was Sneeko. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
That's the guy with like the crazy takes, right? Or some shit, he be saying some crazy. He be saying some crazy shit, right? Holy shit.
I'm sure he has no idea what crazy takes that he has. He has no clue. All he knows is that he's not supposed to like him, and he doesn't wait a second after he was shot in the neck publicly. A father with 2 kids to say that he has crazy takes. It doesn't. His first.
Oh my god, bro. I don't know this nigga, bro. Like you said, just like you said, I don't know him. That's like you said, I don't know him. If that's the image that you left on the people that don't know you, that's just what it is. Do you know how many people? Oh my god, it's crazy. You gotta explain it. Do you know how many times you've scrolled by something and you got the first impression of something that you saw was something that you might not have liked, or just not your content, or you're like, oh no, I don't rock with that. I'm not trying to watch that. And you scroll by to, and now you associate that person and what that is from whatever situation, from, let's say the white man, let's say Kai Cenat to this dude, let's say the white man that saw the black dude curse out the dude that curse out somebody the whole time. He got a family of 5 with a wife, and he said something, and now just like that, he already like, oh no, I don't rock with him like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I'm not rocking with him like that. Like, bro, whatever your first impression of somebody was, but you not really listening and tapping into that type of content, that's just what it is. Oh, that's how that's the guy. Oh, I know that guy. I've seen that guy before. He be saying wild stuff. I just was like, dang, I'm not tapped into that, and I move forward. But Sneeko is trying to make like a situation and what you're saying, but crazy takes, bro. Get the fuck, bro. Come on, bro. You know how this internet shit works. The man passed away. Yes, a father passed away and left his family. It happens every day. Jesus. Not saying that like it's just we should just be insensitive to it, but brother, it happens every day. Talking about now, Kai Cenat's supposed to get on his knees and be like, man, that's so unfortunate, man.
Reaction is not to say rest in peace. Hopefully he did at some point, but his first reaction is to talk.
And if he didn't, what happens? And if he didn't, what happens? If he didn't say rest in peace. Damn, that's crazy, bro. Damn, that's tough. If somebody passes away and you hear about it, you have to say rest in peace. What are we talking about? These are the same people that be getting on, that be making fun of people and saying things or talking crazy about somebody because they said something or because they didn't say something or say something, but they'll be the same ones that didn't say something or say something.
And say he has crazy takes.
What the? Don't watch, okay, bet. He got assassinated. All right, chat.
And just he moves on. Disappointing from Kai. I mean, especially because Kai's a Christian too. Charlie Kirk was a Christian man. He lived by Christian values, whether or not you agreed or disagreed with him.
Sneeko and Kai used to have a relationship. They used to, I don't know if we would ever consider them friends, but they were close acquaintances, close colleagues, you could call it, years ago in the first AMP house. And this is a different thing for Kai Cenat because Sneeko giving his own opinion or having no problem saying something like that, it got him banned. But when you don't have anything to lose, where else are you going to get taken to? I mean, like, he's on, I don't know what streaming platform that is. I think it's like a crypto-based streaming platform. So it's easier for him to do that, and it's in his personality. But Kai is somebody that's just, he's conflict avoidant when it comes to his career. So he's not going to up and address things. And I think he's conflict avoidant in general because when you look at the situation he had with Aiden Ross and he was mad at Aiden's manager for telling him that, he didn't tell Aiden Ross for many, many months. I think maybe a year. And he just held that in because he probably didn't want to create an actual conflict, and he just withdraws maybe from the person. But what really got Kai Cenat looking crazy, it's people that are moving on his behalf. So Kai Cenat's moderator, or one of his Discord moderators, he has many of them, and this got posted. He said at Mafia Pack Watch. I think this is a girl. I don't know. Pack Watch, and then someone else says for real he is dead like dead, and then another person replies.
Now I will say this. I've seen a lot of women. It didn't matter what race, woofing, buddy. I'm like, y'all know where I said. I already said it in the original video. I'm on some. I don't feel like we should celebrate no man death like that. Like he said, that man is a father, they got children and a wife, and now they don't have their people. Like I would never. I've been through experienced so much death in my life that I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say that about nobody. I'm telling you, that's just not the type of person I am. You feel me? Y'all do what y'all want to do. I'm not that type of person. I don't rock with that. So this right here, I would never say nothing like this, or you feel me? That's just not me.
It says, chill, mud, death and deserving of anybody. And then this person says, F Charlie Kirk. And this is very, 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 very bad because, number one, if this person's a moderator moving like this, they're a dingus. They're a fool. I do give a pass to some teens moving like this, but they shouldn't be your moderator because people are really desensitized to things. They just meme things. They just want to engagement bait things, even though this isn't even engagement baiting because this person's in a Discord server. But KickChamp, who is the chief hater of Kai Cenat, posts Kai Cenat's head mod pinged everyone celebrating the tragic death of Charlie Kirk. So now this starts spreading, and then even Aiden Ross reacts to this. I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Kai Cenat pinged everyone celebrating the tragic death of Charlie Kirk. I mean, it's horrible. It's anybody who's celebrating that shit is crazy. There's somebody in my community that did it as well. I saw it. Like, right away, I saw TikToks. Like, if you're celebrating that shit in general, you're just a whack motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a whack. Like, you're crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's a crazy one. Like, this is a guy that's just saying that you don't like, bro. This ain't nobody that took your family, took somebody's life, took your family life, and this different if, I'm saying, y'all in the streets and Charlie Kirk whacked somebody in your family or your partner or something, and now, you know what I'm saying, you dissing them because this is somebody on the internet that says something you don't like. You feel me?
You're just so weird to me, bro. It's insane how weird you gotta be to celebrate that, bro. Like,
and credit to Aiden Ross. This guy even said, like, yo, I saw somebody in my community celebrating that. And Aiden Ross gave his opinions on the situation, which I'm going to play you guys right now.
Like the perfect spokesperson for this shit. But this is like the most fucked up thing I've seen in a while. Like, do you know how insane it is to, like, first off, like, I don't even know where to start, bro. I really, really don't even know where to start, guys.
I'll say this: we're very desensitized to death, though. Like seeing it and just hearing about it, and there's a few reasons for that, but we are. That's just what it is. I don't think that's. Well, I would imagine. When you really sit back and think about it, though, y'all. In the long years and years and years ago, we say we desensitized to death. Niggas in like the medieval times, 1800s. You know what I'm saying? Look, we just talking about all times, like just as a human race. They wasn't decent. They was desensitized to death. They seeing that. Somebody gets sliced right in front of them. They torturing people. They killing people in the street. Hanging nigga in the middle of the street. So, is it just kind of... Would you say that maybe it's really just human nature? To be desensitized to death? That's just kind of human nature. Like, because it happens. It's going to happen. What's y'all take on that? What y'all think?
I mean, the one thing I will say we can start with is just like, if you're just sitting there celebrating or happy in any type of way at all, you are part of the problem, for one. And for two, there's something seriously wrong with you. If you're celebrating death where there's a father with children, you don't have to be aligned to his views at all. You don't have to agree with everything he has to say, but that's a father with a wife with two kids that now have to grow up without a father, you know? And that's just the way it is. And if you don't think that's a problem, if you don't think that instead you celebrating, that's not an issue to talk about, you're part of the problem. You are part of the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are.
I think Aiden Ross is correct in calling out people that are just celebrating somebody getting smoked like that. Especially, there are some world leaders that people would celebrate their passing away. But I do think a world leader is very different than someone who was around just talking, quote unquote, and depending on what they said. But I think he gave a fair take, and I don't think Kai Cenat deserves the hate for any of this. Kai Cenat did not celebrate anything. He did not celebrate that guy's life or his legacy, nor did he celebrate his death. He just tried to move past the situation as best as he could. Now his mods, they need to get put in line for if you're doing anything that can be misinterpreted and used against Kai Cenat or anybody really that you represent. Not you're just a member of their community. You're somebody that is seen as an authority, a moderator. Like, you've got a title. You've been knighted by the streamer in some way. You deserve to have that title stripped from you. Like, what are you doing? The first thought in your mind should be, is something I am saying publicly can or may potentially be misconstrued, which you can't really misconstrue what that Discord mod did, but can be used against the streamer who I'm working for? And the answer is, hell no, you should not be doing anything like that. Outside of the whole morality argument, it's just an effective argument, which is like, yo, represent him well. That's it. And Kai Cenat, it's unfortunately something that he's going to have to deal with. I do think he just keeps pushing forward. People are going to forget about this in a couple of days. Yeah. He didn't say it. There are a lot of other people.
I think I saw something saying that they had caught the dude, or he now 22. I'm going to wait to look at all that. I'm going to wait and see, because they've been switching stuff up. But yeah, bro, this is, again, like, as whether it hurts your feelings or not, because it's dying every day, bro. Their family is the one's going to have to deal with that. This is going to be an issue. This is crazy right now because of the state of how it happened, and somebody sniping, and that's crazy. But it's unfortunate, bro. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Prayers to the fam. We gone, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Great for y'all.